Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Fenton Forest 4X map with me. We're still here, we're still harvesting. In actual fact, I've got the guy doing the canola on field 25, so I'm going to quickly hop out of him, wave him on his way. We have, if you remember, we've done the original cereal harvest, the wheat, the barley, the oats. They've been done. Soybeans will be next. We've also got some fields over here we've got to get to at some point. Have a look. How are we doing on the old grass front? Still, grass is nearly ready to harvest again. That's not bad. We do need to get down here though to do some potato and sugar beet harvesting type stuff. However, we are a little bit low on the money. We are incredibly low on the money. So just wondering how we can get some cash, because obviously we're going to need a potato harvester. And we're probably going to need some other bits and bobs too. Like good trailers for hauling stuff. As much as I like this thing, I think this is a nice little trailer. It could do with better. We also need to rescue the digestate, don't we? How's the animals looking, by the way? Animals are looking good. They're all fed, watered. No need to worry about them. Pump in this thing. And grab this tipper trailer. The reason I'm switching to this one is because the red trailer, I notice, has some issues. Basically the combine pipe keeps hitting it because it's a little bit too high. It's not really designed for vehicles to unload in, you know, harvesters. It's the red trailer is more for you know, having taking stuff from silos to sell points. Silos to sell points. Now, speaking of sell points, what can we actually sell? It's going to be good for us. Leave this guy parked here. I need to keep an eye on that harvester because he was running very low on fuel. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off the thing as well because I hate having all those names on the map. It looks messy. Right, so we've got some crop. The canola, this will go into the diesel production. Should do. Whenever we get, well, we've already got some canola in the diesel production, haven't we? Speaking of that, let's have a look at the prices screen. What have we got price-wise? Prices at the minute are quite terrible because we are playing on hard economic difficulty, so we're not going to make millions from a lot of stuff. Eggs quite pricey, but we don't unfortunately make that many. Farm wool is at $507, more than the spinnery, so we could get rid of the wool in front of the chickens. Obviously what I was saying the other day, silage prices, grass prices, hay prices, straw prices are all nil. Seasons doesn't show you prices for any of those. You can't sell them loose, you can only sell them in bales, and then it doesn't actually tell you which place is offering the best price for the bales. So, not very helpful. I hope Seasons mod developers can fix that and actually put the bale prices in there so you know where to sell your stuff. Liquid fertilizer is good value. We may end up running up to the BGA then. Get some digestate. $450,000 isn't going to actually cut it for very long. Especially with all the fields that we've got. Leasing one harvester for the summer, the autumn should I say, the harvest season probably isn't enough. Probably could have done with harvesting, leasing a couple. Good thing is, hopefully all the trains are parked out of the way, so they won't interfere. Now, before, I used to do this with course play, you know. I would set up an automatic unloading course. Loading and unloading course for anything going to the BGA. Manure, slurry. You know, and then I would have a automatic refill course. He's got a lot. He's got 80,000 litres. That was from those Heston bales, wasn't it? Well, we'll bring that down. We'll turn it into fertiliser. We'll make some liquid fertiliser. Because one of the things I was thinking after I played multiplayer the other evening, I was playing with Helgi on the County Lines map. He made an observation about fertiliser and liquid fertiliser, and the fact that the prices generally in games seem to be the wrong way around. You pay more for fertiliser than you do for liquid fertiliser. Yet to produce liquid fertiliser, you need fertiliser and water, and depending on mods, some additional ingredients, herbicides as well. So with the extra materials and extra time that's required to produce liquid fertiliser, how come liquid fertiliser is generally the cheapest thing to buy in game, and therefore the cheapest thing to sell, or the thing you get the least amount of money for? And yeah, got me thinking, that's not right. So I've changed it a little bit. Some of the production mods have been altered. So this goes in here to make fertiliser, of which there's already quite a bit in there, to be honest. What we do then is we get liquid fertiliser, we get water, tanker of water, put in the machine over yonder. Drive in here. Load up. Then we'll take the water, put in the liquid fertiliser machine. We'll see how much liquid fertiliser we've got. We may be able to take some and sell it. Could make us a nice bit of money. You got some water in it, but fix that and add some more. It doesn't use as much water as it does fertiliser. I think it's a ratio of 2 fertiliser to 1 water. If I put 100 litres of each in there, it will use 50 litres of water and the full 100 litres of fertiliser to make the liquid fertiliser. Tractor needs to be unloaded. Righty ho. We'll just move this guy out of the way a bit for a second. Don't think we've got any like manure and stuff, have we? No, we haven't got anything in the silo. We've not got anything saved yet, which is a shame. Right, let's go for an unload then of Mr. Courseplay Harvester. Before you run away though, fuel and def is still okay for the time being. So we're kind of waiting for him to do this field, then he's got to do that field. Then we've got to go up here, do these 2 fields. And then we can switch header and do field 1, field 23, 3. Well, then we're going to need fields 20. We're going to need different harvesters for 24 and 26. How much is that going to be to lease? Let's have a look. Go for one of these. One of Stevie's Tiger 6s. Would do. Bother with GPS because it's going to be Courseplay that does it. Actually, we will have GPS. 30 grand to lease that. Right, okay. £30 to lease that. Ouch. Headers. Beat technology. Is there any beat headers? 4 meters. I'm wondering, could I get one of these for sugar beets? Bit attached to roper. Let's find out. Reset that. Leave that there. For a second. A long run back to the farm. Let's see. Be great if this could use the sugar beet header from the Homer. But I'm not counting any hopes. Oh, it can. All of a sudden, we've got a much better sugar beet harvester. Oh yeah. We can get this guy all popped up. Advanced settings, good. Field work mode. harvester, so stop while unloading, yes. Horse generation. Field 24 is sugar beets. Around, he's going to do 3 passes around. Up and down roads. There we go, and that will be him doing the sugar beets for us. Exactly once he gets down there. This is what I could have done with a different trailer. So I'm not sure again if that trailer is going to help me because it might be too tall. A bit like the red one for unloading harvesters into. Oh crap, this header doesn't bloody work, does it? No, doesn't work on this particular machine. Crap. I was trying to be clever and get away from the fact that it doesn't work. So, unfortunately, my friends, we're forced to have this piece of crap instead. 4 meters for a flipping sugar beet harvester. We'll scrap that course then, because we're going to have a different working width now, aren't we? Might have been quicker for me to have actually collected that from the shop based on where I am on the map. Instead of driving all the way back. Does this map let me do cotton? It does let me do cotton. Oh, and it lets me do sugarcane because of the geo that I'm now using. So I can actually do all the crops and things. I know you wouldn't do sugarcane in Germany in real life, but you know, this isn't real life. It's farming sim. At least there's options for me to do crop down the road. Harvester doing canola. Well, he's actually spends more time just driving around the field because he's doing spirals. And he spends quite a lot of time not harvesting anything. But I did that to keep the unloading pipe from, you know, being ever in the crop. Because you never want your pipe in the crop. I mean, if I needed some cash, I could sell off some machines. Those. Now, I don't think the sugar beets were quite ready to actually harvest, were they? No. So actually, that machine was the wrong machine to take anyway. If it was taking any machine, it should have been this one. Do the potatoes. Got to unload the harvester. Means this fella's got to run. This trailer won't hold all that's in that harvester. Fortunately. Barely held anything. What we'll do is take this 75,000 litres and we'll put it in the diesel. Sell it to the diesel plant. Or we'll give it to the diesel plant that can make some diesel for us. Oh, I'm guessing this thing doesn't make anything then until we've got Nora. I'm guessing that doesn't make any diesel until you've got sunflowers in there as well. That's a lot different from the diesel machine I've usually used. The Farmer Shuby machine will use either canola or sunflowers to make diesel. You don't need to have both. Tell you what, these global company mods, I'm not that impressed with them. And there's actually been an update to a lot of the mods yesterday, which I've not downloaded and not using because they actually now cause a lot of errors. There's a lot seriously wrong with them. They've absolutely messed them up, doing an update, trying to change stuff, and it's not worked out well for them. But you know, I don't feel sorry for them in the slightest, because they're an absolute pain in the arse, this group that make the global company stuff. I really hate their insistence on you removing that place anywhere mod, and I hate for the fact that they bundle in so many additional scripts and stuff that aren't needed by factories and production buildings. Like, why do you need horse helper in a factory mod? Why do you need, you know, more trees? Why do you need bale cutter or whatever? You know, all these extra mods that they're trying to force on people that have nothing to do with factories and production annoys me. I really think they should be made to remove those. I don't mind if they want to make mods, like they want to make their own horse helper mod or their own, you know, other mod. I mean, extended placeables, there's no, I mean, honestly, there's no, why make that? Place Anywhere was good enough. Place Anywhere has done the job brilliantly since the game came out, and is still my preferred go-to option. I will never use the one in Global Company because it doesn't have as many features as Place Anywhere. But, you know, if they want to make their own horse helper mod or whatever, all these other additional mods, this, you know, object info mod and all this and that, then that's all well and good, but they should be released as separate mods, and players then can decide if they want to download them or not. It shouldn't just be forced on people. Harvester's actually driving away from me. Bit of a nightmare. So if that diesel building only holds 100,000 litres, that's all it produces in one sort of go, then unfortunately that building's probably not going to be very useful to me. Not going to produce enough diesel for me to actually make big money, you know. Let me get round here and try and unload this thing. No, he's going to get full again very quickly. Let's unload it at the silo. I don't think there's anywhere else we can really do what else? Well, we can sell the canola, but really don't know the price scale for canola. In fact, it's probably advisable with seasons the first year of the game not to sell anything. Just play through the first year of the game without selling any crops, wait for the seasons to actually generate the proper pricing screen, and then start using that. I have this trailer here. What I can do, go grab some fertilizer. Start making some more liquid fertilizer. Basically, we'll just load this up with solid fert at the Here's your swingy building. Seemed to be a nice little bit of liquid fertilizer in there already that I could maybe take off and sell somewhere. But man, autumn is kicking my ass because there's just not enough. I can't get everything done. One harvester to harvest them all is not cutting it for me. I've also meant to say as well, I've actually reset the fields on fields 2, 3 and 5 here. I've reset them back to their original sizes because of how the plough badly messed up the rounded edges function or feature. So I've decided not to bother with that. Round. So I may round the corners off at some point. The good thing is, obviously now with the latest version 300 of Courseplay, I can stop the vehicles returning to the start point when they finish, and actually stay at the stop point, which will make life a lot easier for me. Mr. Potato Harvester has got quite a bit of work to do, I think. Right, course generation. Next. Headland, yes. Around 3 passes. Field centre up and down. Drive course, good sir. Have fun. You're harvesting. Harvesting of potatoes. Horsefly still quite happily running down there. Let's have a look then. Liquid fertiliser. Where's a good place to sell liquid fertiliser? Who's offering the best price at the minute? Like Port Southeast. Southeast. Right, let's get some liquid fert then. Full trailer load, 100,000 litres. Check it and sell it. I could of course do pallets. I could sell it as pallets. Right. I suppose in realistic terms, what I would be better off doing in future is actually outputting the fertiliser liquid into pallets and selling the pallets. And taking a big tanker load is obviously a quick and easy way of making cash. It's not very realistic. You probably wouldn't take and tip a tanker of stuff. At least with pallets they can actually dispatch and ship that a lot easier. Hopefully this makes us some money, because we kind of need it. We've blown through the 18 million that I brought from the old Fenton Forest map. This one. Been setting up and getting obviously seasons started and underway and dealing with all the stuff that seasons changes. So we've actually blown through all our capital, and now we're kind of in the stage where we kind of need to make money. £167 grand, not bad, not bad. I've had better. Hell, on Don Diego, you was getting $1 million. He was getting nearly $1 million for Is it right in thinking I can actually get back to my fields? No, I can't. Not this way. Not this way, I can't. There is a bit of a shortcut back to the farm. Here. Maybe this one. Cuts out travelling down the road, I suppose. I can just open her up, give her the full beans. Excuse me. Right, the ideal needs to be unloaded. I'll do that in a second. We may sell some more fertiliser yet, the liquid variety. Come on, unload. And the other truck needs, the potato harvester needs to be unloaded too. If this one will unload the potato harvester, shall we? Might be a little bit too tall. He is, then what we'll do, we'll have to get another truck. Another truck and trailer combination that can unload potatoes. Oh look, where is Mr. Potato Man? This point in time? Field. He's on his second headland and he's got full already. Yikes. Potatoes are going to yield a lot then. .1165 MT1 needs to be unloaded. That's not an 1165 MT1, by the way. Should just point that out. That's not. That's a Homer. The 1165 MT1 would be a Fenton tractor. It's going to hold the full harvester load of potatoes. It looks like it. It looks like it, kids. Hey, there's a screenshot for the episode as well. Nearly. He actually stopped quite a bit short of his intended target of 120,000 litres. To the farm from here. Long way back to the farm. Harvester's got to. Probably run out of fuel. Do not leave tractors parked on silos. Okay, he's coming up the field. Right. Farm supplies is not needed. Long drive down to that field. Very long drive. But anyway, we've reached that point where the episode has now almost reached an hour, so I'm going to call it to an end here, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, if you have, make sure you leave that thumbs up. Make sure you also leave your comments, questions, suggestions and feedback in the comment section down below. If you're not already doing so, please make sure you've hit that subscribe button. And I'll be back with another video very soon where we will be in day 2 of autumn. So I'm going to carry on playthrough today and I'll bring you guys back tomorrow. For now, from me, it's goodbye.